What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. As you can tell by the tone of my voice, I'm here to give you some news which you breaking in the actual sense of the word. Mainly to a player in breaking a ligament in his ankle. It's Martin Ødegaard. You would have seen from the thumbnail, but it's news that we don't want to be hearing. Arteta has just done his press conference ahead of the game against Atalanta on Thursday, and he says that Martin Ødegaard will be out for a while. We're going to dissect this. We're going to talk about this. We're going to go through some of the players that could fill in. Who, he's we've left Fabio Vieira out the side. He's gone on loan. We've got rid of that at the moment, so we haven't got that facility or that player to facilitate that position. But we're going to look at some other options. But let me just give you the whole picture of what's come out just in this few couple of minutes. Actually, this news is just broken. As you can tell, we're not by no stadiums. We're not in a spot to deliver the news. In my opinion, in the best way. We're currently sat in our room, but we're going to get into it right now. I'm going to read you the quote from the press conference. It says, Arteta on Ødegaard. He said the scan showed he had some damage, especially on one of the ligaments in the ankle. I don't want to, in brackets says, give a timeline because I am not a doctor, but it's something quite significant. So we are going to lose him for a while. Hopefully not months. Let's see. Hopefully not months. Ligament damage to the ankle. When I played, I used to have glass ankles. It takes a long time for your ankle to heal. Obviously, you have to reduce swelling, a lot of freezing the ankle, icing it. It takes a lot of time to reduce that swelling. And then once you reduce it, you've got to do proprioceptics to get the strength back into the ankle and also just get the alignment and the movement back in the ankle, which takes, I'll be honest, it can take up to a month, if not longer than that. So with the severity of the injury, it's going to take a bit of time. I believe for Martin Ødegaard to return. Let me know in the comments what time you think he's going to return and what time frame do you think he'll return. But I know when it comes to ligament damage, it does take a while. And yes, we have the best doctors at the moment in football. So it may be reduced time, but it's not looking good, especially for us as Arsenal fans. I mean, we have a huge game. We have a huge game on Thursday, but Sunday, of course, against Man City, a massive, massive game. And let's not forget Martin Ødegaard is our captain. And there was some small signs that this was quite a serious injury. They released a team photo and Martin Ødegaard was at the front. They had a ball covering his left ankle. People may have seen that small detail. It might have been swollen. It might have been not in a boot. It might have been wrapped up, but they covered it with a football. I know these are small details, but these are the things you have to really look at when it comes to, a player of such magnitude when it comes to impact of Arsenal Football Club. I'm going to read another quote here as well. I think this is from the press conference that also went out today from Mikel Arteta. He mentioned on Arteta on coping with Ødegaard. He's our captain. He's been one of the biggest and best players in our team. Our identity is very linked to how he plays and behaves. It's big test for the team to see how able we are to show a different face. So that was also from today's press conference, which again highlights how important he is to the side. Granted, I think him being captain definitely is, in the way that he plays, is what affects this Arsenal team, but less so the fact of the way he's a leader, because I think we have many leaders in that midfield. Once Rice returns, hopefully on Thursday, he's a leader in that side. Mikel Merino as well. I mean, he's a leader. I know he's injured currently, but he's also a leader. Jorginho has leadership experience as well and qualities. So when it comes to leadership, even Salibas, the Gabriels, there's leaders, I think, across the whole of the Arsenal team. But the way that, like Arteta mentions, is the way that we play. Ødegaard is key to that. The press, the finding the through passes, the linking the defence to attack. All those little key things. And if I'm honest, when it comes to ankle injuries, a lot of Ødegaard's play is centered around his mobility with his ankle, whether he's twisting, he's turning. He always spins on the pivot as well, protecting the ball. It's a blow to this Arsenal team. I don't care what anyone says. I don't want to be negative because at the end of the day, we didn't have Ødegaard. We didn't have Partey against our North London rivals and we won the game. But I know what's to come. I know how this Arsenal fan base can be at times. I've already seen a little bit on Twitter or X at the moment of, well, this is our season done. There is a meltdown probably on the horizon. But let's hope Arsenal can cope with this. Me and Lee and Julian, we spoke about this after the Predict 11 video, which will be coming out on the channel in the morning. We spoke about, look, Arteta made a decision to trim the fat of the team. He believes in the squad. I know we haven't got added numbers because we let players go on loan, or we've sold them. But we have a squad that he believes are good enough to challenge, compete, and hopefully bring silverware to this club. So we have to believe in that. I mean, like I mentioned, Fabio Vieira's gone. He would have been probably Odegaard's understudy, but now is it time for Ifeanyi to rise, to stand up? I think a lot of people, we questioned Arteta bringing the youth through, but now there's a big opportunity for youngsters to really shine and make a pathway clear into this first team and make their name in this side. Granted, right now Trossard is playing in that role. I don't think he played too bad against Spurs. He may be the man for that position, but hopefully we do see Ifeanyi also step up. And there's many other players that can fill in now. I've seen people online when the meltdown happened, when Ødegaard and Rice weren't available, talking about bringing Bukayo Saka. Julian, man, he's with us on this trip, mentioned about bringing Bukayo Saka in the 10. Not something I would go with, but there's that. Even Jesus. If you look at Jesus' qualities and capabilities, protects the ball well, skillful, technical. Could he fit into that position? Kai Havertz, we've seen him play in the 8 role. Can he play in the midfield? I'm not really a fan of that, but can he go in there? There is options there. There is many options there. I may be missing some as well, but those are the ones that kind of jump out at me. So just to reiterate to you guys, the news that's just broken from Mikel Arteta, from the press conference, I believe it's over here in Italy. Martin Ødegaard out for a while. He's not given a date. He doesn't want to talk about it too much because he's not a doctor, but due to ligament damage, he's seeming to be out for a while. I actually have one other bit of information that was from Team News and Ticks, which I do want to highlight whilst we're on this video. Mentioned, now Arsenal have finally admitted it's a significant injury. The club used a strategy pre-Tottenham to say it was a matter of days, but now decided they can't keep going along with that. It's looking like a November return. That could be speculation. That's from Team News and Ticks, obviously on X. November is a long time away, especially when there's an international break in October as well. There's also another one in November. That's a lot of time. It's a lot of time without a player. But like I mentioned before, ligament damage to an ankle can take a bit of time to return. I don't think this is him as well double bluffing for the Man City game. This seems like it is serious. And if you've seen the tackle, you'd probably also agree that it's not going to be a short return for Martin Ødegaard. But we wish him all the best, a speedy recovery. Hopefully he does return sooner than November. I'm hoping for sooner than November. But let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. This is not a video to like, so I'm not going to mention that. But that's the news of the day, the breaking news. And let's hope, like I mentioned before, he returns Martin Ødegaard to the side as soon as possible. And hopefully it's not too much an impact on this Arsenal side. Take care, people. I'll speak to you soon.